Hello, and welcome to Panther News Nation. I'm Eduardo Salazar.
And I'm Kinsey Quitter. Here's what's happening around Principia this week. One of the most significant and impactful service trips Principia engages in every year is the Simunye trip to South Africa. I bring you a look at the highlights of this year's journey. The Simunye Project is an 18-day service trip to South Africa to partner with vulnerable communities. This year, 12 students from Principia spent their spring break giving and connecting. Simunye focuses on partnering with the communities as well as collaborating with both adults and kids.
I was interested how we were going to bridge the divide between languages and cultures and how much synergy we're going to be able to have between the people that we're working with here who are professionals in education here versus the aid that we're trying to provide to them. But I just saw that manifest itself so beautifully and so seamlessly, and I was really grateful for that experience because it gave me a lot more empathy for people here, but also it gave me the understanding that I can go out into the world and I can make connections and be a force for good regardless of divisions that might make it seem like it would be difficult to have those partnerships.
Once I got to all these different places that we went to, Troy Gibbs' place and Susan's place, and I started to see all the impact that actually is going on, it made me hopeful for those kids.
Rugby is kind of like the main sport here, and playing it in the States and just being able to share that with a kid and just seeing the joy even though there's a language barrier. Just being able to break the ice with rugby.
Simunye makes a consistent effort to create long-lasting impact through sustainable projects, one of them being gardening.
Some of the ways that I saw that this year were through the work that we did last year and seeing the gardens still very full and hearing about the places that serve kids and how they didn't have to buy vegetables for an entire year and so they could spend money on other things. Everything is just so connected. It's hard to understand when you don't see it, but the money that they didn't have to spend on vegetables could go towards school supplies, education.
Another way to join together is by singing and rejoicing to God.
Sapong with all the people singing and worship music and glorifying God. It's just been really inspiring to see and given me examples of how I can do that in my day-to-day life.
They're always praising God, they're always talking about God and how just being alive is a blessing to them and us being there is a blessing, and it just made me think a lot about my connection, my personal connection with God.
Simunye has been a part of Principia's trips for 10 years, and each year it's easy to see how the impact on both them and us grows stronger. This is Kinsey reporting for PNN.
Another Principia tradition that went away during COVID is back. At least 50 students spent the night in the school building at the recent Principia lock-in. Dean King was there.
Hard times, gonna make you wonder why you even try hard.
This year, our own Nigel William organized a lock-in event in McCalmont Gym. We get to hear what the experience was like and how long it took to set up.
This event is basically a big school sleepover and a whole party before, but we add the swimming pool. But it's mainly the school just having a sleepover. This event got brought up last year with JJ. Me and him decided, what do we want to do for the school, to have more fun. We was we should do a lock-in. Then I went to Ms. Dry about it this year, and she was able to help me out.
I want jumping and screaming and throwing things on stage. No.
My initial thought was, I don't know if I can spend all night with these children. And I thought it's going to be a long night and no sleeping, which for me, the repercussions will go on for days. So that was my initial thought. But that quickly went away to, no, the kids would have fun and they would love it. Let's see if we can make this happen.
A lot of people are out playing ball. We just had a band performance. We got to go swimming. We have so much more to do.
And we're going to see Princess and the Frog, I believe, in a super fun movie in about a half an hour.
People taking the easy way.
If they didn't really have fun tonight, then it's okay, let's not do it again. But if this was pretty fun, I feel like somebody else will probably bring it up again, or I'll probably do this again next year.
Yeah, I do see it as it becoming a yearly thing, but some student has to lead it and some student has to initiate it. So I'm excited to see who's going to step up next year.
This is Dean reporting for PNN, but Nija has a quick message.
Thank you. I love y'all, and I'm glad that these people came to my lock-in. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
While we've already brought you the boys basketball championship season, Principia girls basketball had a stellar year as well. We wanted to highlight all of the victories the girls had on the court. Derek and Michael bring us this look.
With another successful girls basketball season complete, Michael and I speak to head coach Josh Spool about the girls' team dynamic and what future teams need to do in order to get back to where they finished this season.
I mean, it starts now for next year, you know, getting in the weight room, getting shots up, and that's kind of what we did last year too. You know, the springtime isn't as intense, but it's definitely a time to get better. I think we have a unique situation being a private school. You know, our players don't get to grow up playing together. You know, and some of our opponents, you know, those teams, those kids have been playing together since they were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. So it's trying to create that bond and the culture and the family feeling is difficult in a short amount of time. I definitely say that's a hurdle. But our girls all got along really well. I think, you know, we had a great group of seniors. The 3 of them together, I think, made the perfect group of seniors for us. Great leadership, great role models. We're very lucky to have those 3, and it's going to be hard to replace them.
Congratulations to the girls team. This is Michael and Derek reporting for PNN.
With all of the crazy weather we've been having lately, it's important to check our forecast, even though here at PNN, accuracy doesn't seem to matter much, at least not to Reed and Michael.
Good afternoon, Panther News Nation, and welcome back to Principia's local weather channel. I'm your host, Reed Shaman, and I'm coming to you live from this beautiful weather from last week. We are hoping to continue it into this week, though, with our expert-level sources projecting highs to be bouncing in the upper 60s and lows are expected to be in the upper 40s. It is looking like there will be some rain coming up, so prepare for that classic dilemma. Do I bring an umbrella or do I just run through the rain and risk getting wet? Now I will be passing it on to our international weather reporter, Michael Sadamba, who is located in the City of Lights, Paris, France.
Good afternoon, Panther News Nation. Your international reporter, Michael Sadamba, coming from Paris, where the croissants are flaky, the coffee is strong, and the weather is pretty unpredictable. So grab your umbrella and your baguette, because we might have some sunshine, rain, and spontaneous dance parties, and all in one day. Similar to St. Louis, looks like the weather is be in the upper 60s, lows in the 40s. So stay tuned for weather, because it might be more dramatic than the French musical. Have a great day.
And that's our look at what's happening around Principia this week.
Make it a great week.